Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon Hannibal Season 2, Episode 1 of the NBC television series titled Kaiseki. And forgive me if I pronounced that name wrong, it's actually in the Japanese language. You know, last season they had all French titles, this season they're going to have all Japanese titles. Once again, that's Kaiseki, or however you pronounce that. So, pretty much what happens in Episode 2, or Episode 1 of Season 2 of the NBC television series by the name of Hannibal, is we have, obviously, we have our character of Will Graham, played by the actor of Hugh Dancy. He's in jail. If you've been keeping up with the series, he's been framed for what Hannibal Lecter has done. Hannibal Lecter has manipulated him, and, Will Graham has pretty much taken the fall for the crimes that, Mads Mikkelsen, his character, pretty much for the crimes that Hannibal Lecter has committed. That's pretty much what, what this episode revolves around. Lawrence Fishburne character Jack Crawford's pretty much having to deal with, one of his, best friends committed these murders, and in this episode we have Will Graham. Will Graham is trying to remember. He was kind of crazed in the last season. This season's a little more calm and collected version of himself. He's trying to remember, remember what happened, remember, those previous memories that were in his mind. And then obviously we have the character of Hannibal Lecter, always, very manipulative, manipulating the, Will Graham, telling him, oh, you did do this. But Will Graham knows. He's like, no, I didn't do this. So that's pretty much the plot of episode 1 of season 2, titled Kaiseki, for the NBC television series by the name of Hannibal. If you guys didn't know, I am a huge fan of the Hannibal series. I loved the first season. Here's actually the first season on DVD. I really enjoyed the first season of Hannibal. It was a great season. The dialogue's great, the acting's great, the overall visual style and the uniqueness of it is great. I just love the story of Hannibal Lecter. It's just a great sort of horror drama in general. And I have to say, Season 2, Episode 1, titled Kaiseki, picked up with that great pace. One of the best things about, Hannibal in general is the script that Brian Fuller, the overall sort of creator and writer of the series, has written or created. I love the script. The dialogue is fantastic. I love to see, and it's also great to see the interactions between each and every character, not just our two main characters of Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter, but the conversations between the conversations between Mads Mikkelsen, who plays Hannibal Lecter, conversation between Hannibal Lecter and the psychiatrist, played by the actress of Gillian Anderson. Those two are really great together. They're, the whole friend relationship they had in the first season, and seeing how this friend relationship develops into the second season. I love the character interactions together, just watching characters, because Hannibal's sort of a slow series, but that's one of the best things about it, in my opinion, is that it's built in a slow way where there are still things happening, but it's mainly a character piece drama with some minor horror elements that equal up to a fantastic series. Some of my favorite elements or scenes in the first episode is the conversation between, when Will Graham and Hannibal Lecter first see each other, since Will Graham's characters have been put in jail, and he says, I understand, I'm no longer confused. It's when he first says him, he sees him, and Hannibal Lecter says, lost in thought, and he says, no, not anymore. I loved that quote. I love that sort of dialogue there. The dialogue's written greatly, and I just love those scenes. I love the scenes with Will Graham and Jack Crawford's character, played by the actor of Lawrence Fishburne, another great actor in the show. This show is filled with great actors and actresses in general. And, Jack Crawford, he wants to believe him, but he can't because of the evidence that Hannibal Lecter has provided. And it seems like we're presented with some other serial killer. I don't think it's our, main cannibal killer, Hannibal Lecter, because, he was off doing other things. But somebody else seems to be making model human beings, so, and then discarding them in the river or water. And, it keeps all the humans and the sort of, metal water tower sort of thing. So I'm wondering, who is this other killer? Is he a threat? Or is this just sort of, just a little plot point that'll be here for the time being? I believe, I forget the actor's name, but he played another serial killer in the first season. I know he is supposed to return, so I'm curious to see him. Overall, I really enjoyed the first episode. It's fantastic. It had a fantastic fight scene in the very beginning. That fight scene between Jack Crawford and Mads Mikkelsen, Hannibal Lecter, that fight scene between them two, and then the whole 12 weeks earlier thing, it's going to be really cool seeing how, these two are friends, and seeing how their relationship develops into them, fighting to the death pretty much. It's going to be cool to see that, plot line come into play. Overall, that's my thoughts and opinions, great 10 out of 10, great first episode. That's my thoughts and opinions on the NBC television series by the name of Hannibal, Season 2, Episode 1, titled Kaiseki. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to that page below. I'll see you guys later with more reviews by Centipede Geek.